one of my favorite festivals in Brussels, actually, which is called Couleur Café, color coffee color, had me last year at the festival, and you know, you play at home, so everyone's there. There was like 30 minutes before I went on, it was already maybe 1,000 people waiting, even more. And so I'm very excited. And first record I started with actually Phil Koran, who was from Chicago, like some spiritual jazz, and then then comes my first tune with bass. So that track comes in, and the first kick, actually what happens is like the monitors, the subwoofers were right under me, under the stage, which is pretty crazy when you ask for a DJ to play there. So the first 808 kind of kick and bass kicks in, and then everything jumps. All my records, the turntables fell off the stage, fell off the table because of the bass. So that was it. Like, okay, I should have seen it before. I should have seen that, because there was no. Usually you put like stones under the turntables or anything that kind of makes it stable, but it was straight. Everything was straight on that table, and the table was straight on the stage, and under the stage were the subwoofers. So I should have seen that before. That wouldn't have worked. But I didn't know the subwoofers were right under. So what happened was, and it happened more than once at different festivals, and I don't know why they just don't realize that. But I remember another one where I had to just, every record that I played, I was lucky I was with Serato, so I would do everything in internal mode. Because with regular records, I would have stopped after one record. So that other festival, I just played a record, mix it, and then once I knew that's gonna kick in, I put it on internal mode. Because otherwise I had to always, actually even in internal mode, I had to keep the turntables from falling and the mixer. Just because of the vibration. Pretty crazy. But that happens a lot. They went off the table, but I could just, you know, take them before it really fell. So I looked at the stage manager, like he was actually doing something on his iPad. What? But I was like, yo, and he couldn't hear me. Like, yo. So, but no, I had to put him back, and then I just turned down the music for a second, and like I was talking to the people, saying like, hold on, we need to fix this first. So it's not cool, it's not comfortable to have more than 1,000 or 2,000 people in front of you and having to tell them like, hold on, we need to fix a few things first. But as it's home and a lot of people know you and they understand what's going on, I mean, it's easy, but whew, man, that's a very uncomfortable position. I've had worse than that. I've had a terrible story. One day I was at a worldwide festival in Joss Peterson. He's like a legendary person from the UK that I work with. And Theo Parrish was playing. I went on stage on the side through the little stairs, and then I sat there. And 10-15 minutes I watched Theo Parrish, and after that I decided to go back. So I take those stairs again to go off the stage, and at that point, like, stroboscopes turn on, like going crazy, and I kind of lose my balance of those stairs because of the strobos, and I fall, and I grab something to to just find my balance or make sure I don't fall too hard, and that thing that I grabbed fell with me, and I fell with my head on the floor, like maybe like 10 centimeters of like one of those poles that you can put how you say that, like a huge umbrella, a parasol, you know. So I was very lucky with that side, and on the other side I realized that what fell was basically the whole thing with all those big plugs that were containing like all the electricity, all the power for the entire stage. So I was really lucky that none of that stuff broke down, otherwise the whole stage would have turned black for thousands of people. So I was pretty lucky that was a horrible moment for me, because that was very scary on both sides. One for me, myself, and then the other one for the experience of thousands of people. Imagine that would have been at Coachella and it would have been Beyonce's show, you know? So all those plugs, like luckily it all fell on the plugs, but you know those plugs are huge, so I was lucky it wasn't so bad. But I think since that day at that festival, because I've been there every year, I think they've been trying to hide that kind of all that stuff far away from people like me.